Hello, my dear students, my dear bachas. Welcome back to the channel. I know. Exams are just around the corner, and for many of you, this chapter, trigonometry, it feels like a big mountain to climb. But guess what? I'm here to give you that extra boost. I promise you, by the end of this short explainer, trigonometry will feel easy, and it's going to become your highest scoring topic.
So just take a deep breath. Forget all the tension. Trigonometry is not the monster it's made out to be. Trust me, we are going to break it down into simple, easy pieces, and you will master all the important concepts you need to absolutely ace your exam. Chalo, let's begin. All right, let's start from the very, very beginning. Before we can even talk about sine, cos, and tan, we need to understand their best friend, the angle. So, what is an angle? Well, think of it as just a story of a simple rotation. Okay, imagine a single ray, kind of like the hand of a clock. Let's call its starting position the initial side. Now, if you rotate this ray around its starting point, wherever it stops, that's the terminal side. The amount you rotated it between the start and the finish, that, my dear students, is the angle. Simple, no?
Now here's a crucial point. Direction is key. Just like numbers on a number line can be positive or negative, angles can be too. If you rotate the ray anti-clockwise, that's against the way a clock's hands move, we call it a positive angle. And if you go clockwise, just like a clock, it's a negative angle. So always remember, direction matters. So how do we measure this rotation? Well, we have two common ways, degrees and radians. Now, don't get confused. Just think of it like measuring temperature. You can use Celsius or you can use Fahrenheit, right? They're just two different scales to measure the exact same thing. Let's see how they compare. You're all familiar with degrees, where a full circle is 360 degrees. The other unit is radians, where a full circle is 2 pi radians. So what does that mean? It means 360 degrees is the same as 2 pi radians. But to make it even simpler, just remember this one thing. 180 degrees equals pi radians. This single relationship is the key to everything. And this right here is the magic formula you must remember for your exams. If you have an angle in degrees and you want to convert it to radians, you just multiply it by pi divided by 180. Easy peasy. Let's try one example from your textbook. Okay, so we have 40 degrees and 20 minutes. First things first, let's turn those minutes into degrees. We know 1 degree is 60 minutes, so 20 minutes is just 20 divided by 60, which is 1/3 of a degree. Now we add this to our 40 and we get 41 by 3 degrees. And now we just apply our magic formula. Multiply by pi by 180, and there it is. The answer is 121 pi by 540 radians. See? Not so difficult at all. All right, Bacho, now we're getting to the most powerful tool in all of trigonometry. Seriously, if you understand this one thing, half your problems are already solved. I call it the magical unit circle. Let's see what it is. Okay, so the unit circle has a radius of exactly 1. Now, imagine you pick any point on its edge. Let's call it P. This point will have coordinates, right? Let's say A, B. Here's the magic part. For the angle x that it makes, the x-coordinate A is simply the value of cosine x, and the y-coordinate B is the value of sine x. Just remember this. X-coordinate is cos, y-coordinate is sine. That's it. And that idea leads us directly to the most important formula, the biggest identity in all of trigonometry. We know A is cos x and B is sine x. Now, for any circle, the equation is x² plus y² equals the radius squared. Since our radius is 1, we get cos²x plus sin²x equals 1. It's really just the Pythagoras theorem applied to that little triangle inside the circle. This formula is your new best friend. Okay, so we know that on a graph, the x and y coordinates can be positive or negative. And since sine and cosine are just the y and x coordinates on our unit circle, their signs will also change depending on where the angle is. Let's see how this works in the 4 quadrants. You already know this from coordinate geometry, of course. The xy plane is divided into 4 quadrants. The first is at the top right, and then we go anti-clockwise, second, third, and fourth. Now for the magic trick, to remember the signs of all the functions. To remember which trig functions are positive in which quadrant, just remember this simple sentence. After school to college, ASTC. In the first quadrant, A is for all are positive. In the second, S is for sine, only sine is positive. In the third, T is for tangent.
And in the fourth, C is for cosine. This is a super important trick for solving problems.
Okay, get ready to take a screenshot. The next slide is your formula Brahmastra for the exam. These are the absolute must-know identities that will help you solve almost any question that comes your way. Are you ready? And here they are. Our best friend, sin² plus cos² is 1. The sum and difference formulas for sine and cosine, and the double angle formulas. You must learn these by heart, beta. My advice? Practice writing them 5 times each, and you will never, ever forget them. These are the tools you're going to use again and again.
Enough theory. The real confidence comes from solving questions, am I right? So let's apply all this gyan to crack a typical exam question. We'll do it together, step by step.
Here is our question, straight from your textbooks, example 6. We are given the value of cos²x, and very importantly, the quadrant. The quadrant is the key. So where do we even start? We start with our superstar identity. We know cos²x, so we can use sin²x plus cos²x equals 1 to find the value of sin²x. This is always your first step. Let's plug in the value. Okay, so sin²x is 1 minus 3 by 5 squared. That's 1 minus 9 by 25, which gives us 16 by 25. Now, if we take the square root of that, sin² could be plus 4 by 5 or minus 4 by 5. Which one is it?
And this is where that second piece of information becomes critical. The question says x lies in the third quadrant. So think about our rule. After, school, to. In the third quadrant, t is for tangent. Tangent is positive. So what about sine? Is it positive or is it negative?
Exactly, it's negative. In the third quadrant, only tangent and cotangent are positive, so we have to choose the negative value. Our sin² is minus 4 by 5. Shabash! If you got that right, pat yourself on the back. You are really getting the hang of this. And now that we have sine and cosine, the rest is a total cakewalk. Tan² is just sine divided by cos, which gives us 4 by 3. And look, it's positive, just like our rule predicted. The others are just the reciprocals. Cos² is 1 by sine, sec is 1 by cos, and cot is 1 by tan. And there you have it, all 5 functions found.
So, my dear students, you see, trigonometry is just a game of a few simple rules and formulas. You've got this. Go through this explainer again, practice the examples from your textbook, and you will surely excel. I have full faith in you. All the very best for your exams. And yes, if you found this helpful, please do like, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more chapters. Bye-bye.